I was a divorce lawyer for over a decade. I read thousands of settlement agreements. And if there's one truth I learned, it's this. The most dangerous traps are never the ones in bold print. They're hidden in the fine lines, buried in standard custody language, disguised as fairness. And by the time you notice, it's too late. She thought it was harmless, a simple custody clause, nothing out of the ordinary. The agreement said her children would spend time with both parents, weekends alternating, holidays divided fairly. She believed it was routine. She believed it meant balance. But hidden inside that routine language was one sentence that nearly cost her thousands of dollars and years of financial stability. That clause, it tied child support directly to custody time. If the children spent more than 30% of their time with their father, her support payments would automatically decrease. On paper, it looked logical. In practice, it was devastating. Because every extra night, every extra weekend, every summer trip wasn't just about parenting, it was about money. And she almost signed it. Don't sign anything until you understand what it really means. Because the truth is, custody clauses aren't just about your children. They are about money. And if you're a mother going through divorce right now, this is the one thing you cannot afford to miss. Subscribe now because every week we expose the traps they don't want you to see. And leave a comment if you've seen hidden clauses like this. Your warning could save someone else's future. The woman's name was Laura. She was tired, overwhelmed, and desperate to be done. Her husband's lawyer smiled politely across the table. "This is standard," he said, sliding the papers toward her. Her own lawyer skimmed through, muttering, "Looks routine." And Laura, exhausted from months of fighting, wanted to believe them. But something gnawed at her, a single line. Support payments shall be adjusted proportionately if the children reside with the father for more than 30% of the calendar year. It sounded reasonable. If the kids spent more time with him, shouldn't he pay less? But here's what Laura didn't see. The clause gave him every incentive to manipulate time. A few extra weekends here, an extended summer vacation there, all perfectly legal, all framed as more father involvement. And with each shift, her support dropped. I had seen it happen before. Fathers who suddenly wanted more custody, not because they wanted more time with their children, but because they wanted to pay less. They weren't fighting for bedtime stories. They were fighting for percentages. And the clause gave them the weapon they needed to leverage Laura. She almost fell into the trap. She told me later, "I almost signed. I almost gave away money that would have paid for school clothes, groceries, medical bills. I thought it was about fairness. I didn't realize it was about leverage." And that's the truth. Custody clauses are leverage disguised as fairness. The second example is even more subtle. Some agreements include language about extended visitation. On the surface, it's meant to allow flexibility. If a father takes the children for more than a week, support obligations can be reduced during that time. But in practice, it creates chaos. A mother who relies on consistent support suddenly finds her payments slashed during the very weeks she needs them most. Extra food, extra transportation, extra expenses, all with less money. I once represented a woman named Anna. Her husband's lawyer pushed for this clause, calling it fair adjustment. She agreed, thinking it was harmless. A year later, during summer, her children spent 4 weeks with her father. He immediately petitioned to reduce payments for that period. Anna found herself covering camp fees, clothes, and travel with half the money she normally had. The clause didn't balance fairness. It punished her for letting her children enjoy time with her father. This is how hidden custody money clauses work. They sound logical, they sound fair, but they're built to drain support, to shift obligations quietly, to reduce what you have to raise your children. And once you sign, the court enforces them strictly. Laura caught herself before it was too late. She asked me, "Is this normal? Is this really standard?" I told her the truth. Standard doesn't mean safe. Standard means it happens often, and often it destroys people who don't question it. Her hands shook as she put the pen down. She said, "Then I'm not signing this." For the first time, I saw her take back control. But what Laura didn't know was that the clause she caught was only the beginning, because hidden a few pages later was another line just as harmless looking, just as dangerous. A line that tied support not just to custody time, but to her future income. And if she had signed, it would have given her ex the power to challenge her finances for years to come. Laura thought she had escaped the trap. She called the custody time clause just in time, refusing to sign a line that would have turned every extra weekend into lost support. But hidden deeper in the agreement was another sentence, quieter, colder, and far more dangerous. It read, "Support payments shall be recalculated in the event of significant income changes." At first, it looked reasonable. Life changes, income shift. Shouldn't payments adjust too? But what Laura didn't realize was that the clause was one-sided. It only protected him. If her income went up, he could petition the court to reduce his support. If his income went up, nothing changed. If she remarried and gained stability, he could use it as leverage. But if she struggled, if he suddenly earned more, she had no protection. I once represented a woman named Sarah who signed such a clause. 2 years later, she worked her way into a better paying job. She was proud. She thought it meant stability for her children. But her ex immediately filed a motion. Her income has increased. I should pay less. And the court agreed. The clause gave him the weapon. Her success was used against her. That's the third hidden custody money clause. Income adjustment, but only for him. Then there is the fourth, the remarriage clause. This one is buried in boilerplate, often passed off as standard language. It says spousal or child support obligations may end or be reduced if the custodial parent remarries or cohabits with a partner. It sounds harmless. Why should he keep paying if she has help, right? But remarriage has nothing to do with his obligations to his children. His financial responsibility doesn't vanish just because she finds love again. I remember Anna, a client who remarried years after her divorce. She thought her new life meant security, but her ex-husband's lawyer pulled out the clause. Support obligations terminate upon remarriage. Overnight, she lost the support her children still needed. Her new marriage was weaponized against her. And the clause that caused it? It was slipped into her original agreement, hidden among paragraphs she never fully read. That's the fourth hidden custody money clause, remarriage, punishment. Together, these clauses form a web. Custody time, extended visitation, income changes, remarriage. Each one sounds like fairness, each one sounds logical, but each one quietly shifts money out of the mother's hands and into his pocket. And here's the part most women never hear. These clauses don't appear by accident. They are placed deliberately. They are strategies used by attorneys who know you're exhausted, who know you just want it to be over, who know you won't fight over a single line of standard language. I used to be on the other side. I know how the game is played. I know that when a lawyer tells you this is standard, what they mean is, this will save my client money for years, and you'll never see it coming. Laura nearly signed away thousands of dollars. Sarah did. Anna did. And countless others still do. Because the truth is simple. Custody clauses aren't just about parenting. They're about money. Always money. The most important lesson? Standard doesn't mean safe. Fair doesn't mean fair. And silence always costs you more than you think. So if you are facing divorce right now, stop and look. Demand to read every line. Ask what each clause means. If your lawyer shrugs it off, don't. If they say it's boilerplate, push back. Because what hides inside that boilerplate can drain you for years. I've seen women lose 30% of their support because of custody percentages. I've seen summers become financial traps. I've seen promotions turn into punishment. And I've seen new marriages collapse under the weight of clauses that never should have been signed. And that's why I'm telling you now, don't trust the papers. Don't trust the smiles. Don't trust the word standard. Because in divorce, every word is a weapon. If you are a mother, subscribe to this channel. Every week, we reveal the money traps they hope you never find. Share this video with someone you know who's divorcing. It may save her from signing away her future. And leave a comment if you've seen these clauses yourself. Your story could be the warning that saves another woman's life. Remember Laura. Remember Sarah. Remember Anna. Remember how close they came to losing everything. And remember this. Custody clauses are not about custody. They are about money. Always money. Don't let them hide it from you. Don't let them win with silence. And above all, don't sign until you know the truth.